Hey, it's me again, continuing to talk about planning season. And this time it's planning season, your connections. Now, everyone in the television industry, particularly now when things are a little bit wonky in terms of shrinking of the industry, it's important to be networking, communicating with agents, managers, other writers, producers, friends, whoever you can create community with, and people who may eventually help you on the road to the next job, but certainly not all about that. So I've heard a lot from people who are challenged by the notion of networking, the notion of keeping in touch. And so I wanted to talk about the notion of how we plan our connections. It's important to not leave everything up to chance. And I think it's important then to plan how we keep in touch with people. So there are a couple of techniques that I want to mention to you that I've gotten a lot out of and that other people I know have gotten a lot out of too. One is to establish networking time in your schedule, right? Do you have a space or several spaces in your weekly calendar to follow up with people, follow up with emails, look at who you haven't reached out to in the last little bit, respond to invitations to parties or events. Give yourself the time, schedule wise, to follow up, to reach out, to connect, to put that top of mind. So it's not just something that happens occasionally, but it's something that happens regularly. So, number one, schedule these things that you can do on a regular basis that contribute to networking. Number two, in terms of planning, is to have a list of the people who you're most interested in keeping in touch with. Maybe that's a list of writer friends or a list of producers, and giving yourself the chance to say, "Oh yeah, it's been 3 months since I reached out to this person." You might want to have a system where you keep track of the last time you reached out to them, and then forecast when's the next time I want to reach out to them. You can also do this with a smaller, simpler way like Excel, perhaps, or you can get a more complicated program like a CRM, a customer relationship manager, and you can look up plenty of those online and find one that you buy or subscribe to. I happen to use something called DEX, DEX, which I really like and which helps me do a lot of these things in terms of keeping in touch with people. So, number one is schedule time to get back to people, follow up, respond to RSVPs. Number two is keep track of the people you want to keep track of in some sort of list where you can say to yourself, "Oh, look, it's been X number of months since I reached out. I'm going to reach out." Number three is to give yourself the motivation to reach out. You might have, as I do, alerts on my computer that let me know when some of the people who I really like, who I really connect to, and who are busy and in the press, I'll get a Google alert about them and I'll say, "Oh yeah, let me look at that the next time I network with so and so." So I can say, "I love the fact that you're doing X, that you're doing Y. I read you're doing a Z." It's again a way to kind of front load an opportunity to be connected and aware of what people are doing. So that's a particularly helpful thing so that you don't sort of come up short. And it's also not like stalking. You're simply finding out what's in the press about these people that I care about. What else can you do in terms of, so number one is to, as I said, to schedule time to follow up on things. Number two is to have that list so that you know when you reached out to people last and when it might be time to reach out to them again. And number three is all about researching people enough on a regular basis so that you have something to talk to them about. And I will give you a number four, which essentially is that when you're first meeting with people, or you have people you're just interested in meeting, you haven't met them yet, it's a great idea to do a little bit of a deep dive on them, create sort of a one sheet, right? Maybe there's their photo, maybe there's some information from their bio, maybe you can have some links in there so that you can refresh your memory if you, forget after a while what are the things that they might connect to, links perhaps to an old film that they did or to their personal website, or to give yourself that kind of grounding so that these things, as we connect to people, are not just random, are not just off the cuff, but they are planned. It's part of the foundation of your writing career to keep in touch with people and to know what's going on. I mean, another space in that sort of tangential area is to read the trades. You know, if I have a Google alert, it's pulling from the trades. If I want to schedule some time every week to go through the trades to see what's in Deadline and Variety and anything else, that's a really good use of my time. So all of these things are about planning, planning to be prepared, planning to be connected to people, planning to follow up with friends of yours, planning to schedule when you connect with them, and giving yourself the time to actually work on this kind of, people relationship skill space is a huge thing for writers. And I think it'll really benefit you in the long run. So go to yourcreativelife.com to find out everything I do, soup to nuts, and reach out. You can, what is it called? Subscribe. That's the word. Subscribe to this channel because I post a brand new video every single week. Subscribe to my newsletter, which you can do on my website, which comes out once a month with specific tips like this directly sent to people like you. I'm cheering you on in your writing life and doing with all of my clients everything I can to help them have the mojo in the writing world that they really want and in their creative lives to enhance those both so that they can make an impact and a difference in the world. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.